So, what is the difference between Bhakti and Tantra? Tantra is a form of Bhakti. Tantra is a type of Bhakti. In Bhakti, you believe that I am the embodied soul and He is the Supreme Soul. That there is no match between the two. That I will forever remain polluted and He, or Goddess, she, which is just a matter of saying, there is no difference, will forever remain unpolluted, most pure, Param Buddha, most awake and most pure, Param Shuddha, Nitya Buddha, forever pure, Nitya Shuddha, forever awake, enlightened, forever pure. Just like you cannot dissolve a rock in milk or water, Bhakti says, I am too impure to be dissolved. So I am going to serve God. Bhakti is purely about service. That I am going to serve. And I'm going to serve as a friend. I'm going to serve as a servant. I'm going to serve like a servant would serve his or her master. That's Bhakti in a nutshell. True Bhakti will always keep you humble, will keep you grounded, will keep you centered, will keep you real. It would give you peace because you believe I don't have to do everything myself. There is a master who's looking after me. That I don't have to have the burden of doing everything on my own, fixing everything on my own. I have a master, I have a God who's doing that. Tantra, on the other hand, says, no question about it, that you are supreme, that you are very superior, that you are very special. But I am made from you. I am a part of you. If I'm a part of you, then it must be possible by definition for me to rise to such level of purity someday, some point of time in my life when I will be able to merge in you. But I am not interested in merging after death. I don't care about any liberation, salvation, any moksha, any nirvana after I'm dead. I very much would like it when I'm alive. Therefore, I'm going to keep calling out to you, rising above my base fears, my primal fears, and primal emotions of ignorance, lust, hatred, jealousy, envy, ego, anger, and so on. I'm going to keep purifying myself and keep calling out to you till one such day that you show yourself to me. And the moment I see you, I will become you. That's the fundamental difference between Bhakti and Tantra. What is the difference between Samyachar and Kolachar? Achar is a word that has been derived from the word acharan. There is Kolachar in Tantra. There is Samyachar. There is Mishrachar. There is Vamachar. There is Dakshinachar. And the sixth one is Divyachar. These are the 6 different schools of thought in Tantra. You can do a tantric sadhana the Kala way, or the Samya way, Samyag as well, or through Vamachar or Dakshinachar or Divyachar and so on. Her question is, what is the difference between Samyachar and Kalachar? For that, you first have to understand the history of Kalachar. Kalachar was strictly a sect of Tantra that originated in Kashmir. Kashmir Shaivism and Kashmir Shakta, but mostly Shaivism. And that's why you still have people there who have the surname Kal in Kashmir. Their ancestors, their forefathers used to be practitioners of Kalachar. Samyachar and Mishrachar has originated more from North India. In UP, in Bihar, you will find people who have the surname Mishra. And they used to do a combined practice of Kalachar and Dakshinachar. Samyachar, in particular, is only about praying to your deity, tantric deity, Devi or Devata, in your solar plexus, Manipur chakra. Only and only in your Manipur chakra. And above, not below. So Samyachar says, I have to use the purest form of worship, ritually speaking, in terms of ingredients. In Vamachar, in Kalachar, you may use wine, for example. In Samyachar, you will never use wine. In Dakshinachar, you will never use wine or fish. In Mishrachar, you may or you may not, depending on your initiation, depending on the energy you're trying to invoke. Kalachar can never be practiced without initiation. Samyachar can be practiced without initiation. In my book on Kundalini, the practices I talk about of visualization, they are pretty much Samyachar. Because I am not telling you any specific ingredients of any kind, so it's not entirely Dakshinachar either. And because I'm not telling you turn completely inward, I'm giving you some external visualization or visualization, it's not Divyachar either. And I'm not asking you to get drunk, and I'm not asking you to eat meat and engage in other activities that sometimes on the path of Tantra you engage in. So it's not Kalachar either. So it is the purest form of worship, one way of doing it, which is Samyachar. Now in Lalita Sahasranam, she asked, there is a term called Kal Marg Tatpar Sevita, that Mother is ever eager to be invoked using the path of Kala. To understand Kala or this Kalachar, there are two key texts. One is called Kularnav Tantra, the other one is called Rudrayamalam. If you get your hands on this, and if you can get your hands on Sri Vidyacharya Khand, then you will understand more about Kalmarg. Most of sadhana of Kali, of Tara, of Bhuvneshwari, not Bhuvneshwari, Baglamukhi, Dhumavati, they are mostly based on Kalachar. So Kalachar involves a set of practices that you go from one level to the other to progress on the path of sadhana. In the beginning, your guru might tell you, okay, don't worry, sit at home and chant. And then he will tell you, only do your chanting at night. Then he or she may tell you, go out of your home and sit in a remote spot in the evenings and come back at night. Then he may tell you, now go at night to that secluded spot. And then he may tell you, now go in the cremation ground, chant there. Then he may tell you, okay, find a dead person, a corpse. Find a corpse and sit on it and chant. And then it could get even more gross. He could tell you to stay in the cremation ground and bake your bread on a funeral pyre and eat that for 40 days, 60 days, 80 days, 90 days, 1 year, so on and so forth. In the same Lalita Sahasranam, it is also written, Antarmukh Samaradya Bahirmukh Sudurlava, which is that you turn inward and you engage in purest form of worship. And Kundalini is a form of worship of Devi. And Dhyan is also a formless aspect. Sampradayashwari Sadhavi, she is also linked to Sampradaya, your lineage. So there is no one size fits all for this. I cannot say, just do this, tomorrow everybody go to the cremation ground, and there is nothing like that. It depends on the readiness of the disciple. I have given you as detailed an answer as possible. I could go on whole night talking about this. But given the forum here, given the kind of audience we have, I want them to eat in peace and sleep in peace.